Thank you, Mr. Falsetti, for your wonderful rendition of Prompt and Circumstance. Good evening, Hampden Charter School of Science families, friends, staff, students, and honorable guests. My name is David Engel, and this is not Jane Lee Matos. Unfortunately, she was sick today. Please welcome future HCSS Student Council President and my personal best friend, Radio. Today.
Thank you, David. And it is our pleasure to welcome you to this evening's commencement program for the class of 2025. We are gathered tonight in formal ceremony to celebrate this significant milestone in the lives of these young men and women. At this time, would you please stand for our national anthem, which will be sung by HCSS High School ELA teacher, Miss Banville.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We are gathered here today and privileged to have HCSS board member Emmanuel Russell with us to provide the opening remarks.
Today marks the end of a chapter and the beginning of another, one that you get to write personally. As you step into the world beyond high school, remember this: success is not a one-size-fits-all journey. It isn't defined by somebody else's title, somebody else's salary, or social media highlight reel. True success is deeply personal. It's about setting your own goals and chasing them with a purpose. There will be detours, failures, and doubts, but if you keep chasing what your own definition of success is, those challenges will be very much worth it. Be bold enough to dream differently and disciplined enough to pursue it. It is okay if your goals change or expand. That is a sign that you are growing personally. The world doesn't need any more perfect people. It needs some more authentic ones. So walk into the future with confidence, knowing success belongs to those brave enough to define it for themselves. On behalf of the Hampden Charter Board of Directors, the class of 2025 is your time to succeed on your terms. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you for that. And on behalf of Hampden Charter School of Science, I would like us all to thank Mr. Russell and the entire Board of School Directors for the commitment to provide our students with outstanding educational opportunities. I would now like to introduce another individual whose work ensures student growth and HCSS success. Our CEO, Mr. Toptrolo, brings 27 years of experience in education, having served as a teacher, department head, dean, and principal before accepting the role of CEO. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Toptrolo.
Good evening. How do you feel? Amazing. This is a beautiful picture. If you don't mind, I want to ask our seniors just to stand up and turn around so your parents can see you. So today we are here to celebrate an important achievement. An achievement happened not just because of your talent, your intelligence, but because of your hard work and your dedication and many, many small decisions that you make every day. So the class of 2025 has accomplished 100% college acceptance rate and 100% graduation rate. As I prepared this speech, I found myself thinking about cycling. So in 2003, British cycling team was known for its failures more than its victories. Almost over a century, they hadn't won one single Tour de France race. And they were so unimpressive, it came to a point major bike companies did not want their names associated with the team. Then a man came named Dave Brailsford. He turned the things around, not with some technological gadgets that he brought up or motivational posters, but with a simple idea: getting 1% better at everything. How they sit on the bike, how they ate, how they clean their bike, how they sleep, and how they wash their hands. So obviously, clean hands win the race. Moms, I think you're always right. So 5 years later, they dominated Olympics. A few years later, they had won 5 Tour de France in 6 years. So it's not about their talent or the intelligence. It was about the small changes they made in their life. 1% at everything, getting 1% at everything. So, class of 2025, does that sound familiar to you? Because your success wasn't built overnight. It was built in every night you stayed up finishing a paper. Every morning you dragged yourself into school, or maybe the school drag you too. It is showing up to class, even on the days when skipping school to relax and watch Netflix sounded way more tempting. You became excellent by showing up day after day, mistake after mistake, with the quiet courage to keep going even when it's not so exciting. And your GPA didn't get to where it is just because of one test, one exam, or one project, or one assignment. It got there through repetition, resilience, and maybe well-timed extra credit assignments. Parents, families, thank you for being the silent force behind daily those wins. You endured late-night stress, college tours in the rain, and survived the chaos of FAFSA. That deserves a medal. To our teachers and staff, you didn't just teach, you modeled what it means to care consistently and to keep showing up even on the hard days. And the class of 2025, you have earned our pride, not just because you got into college, but because how you did it, step by step, decision by decision, 1% at a time. So as you leave this chapter behind, don't stress about being perfect. Be persistent. Stay humble. And if all else fails, remember to wash your hands. Congratulations, graduates. Go build your future, 1% at a time. So I have a very special guest today. She is our keynote speaker, our state representative, Shirley Arriaga. She represents the 8th Hampden district in the Massachusetts House of Representatives. As your state representative, she serves on the Ways and Means, Public Health, Higher Education, and Veterans Affairs committees. She remains dedicated to strengthening schools, expanding healthcare access, and ensuring that government works for the people of our Commonwealth. Please join me welcoming our state representative, Arriaga.
Good evening. It is truly a pleasure to be here with you today. And can I just say, it is actually electrifying. You can feel the energy in this room. The families are so proud. I walked in here, I felt it, it's in the air, the graduates are excited. But I really just wanted to say I'm really, really honored to be here with you today on this special day, because you will remember today for the rest of your life. So, graduation is an exciting day. It marks the beginning of your adult chapter. You went through this journey of becoming a young adult. You learned how to drive, completed your graduation requirements, you planned for your future, and now you're here. You have arrived at the very moment you've been eagerly waiting for. There's so much to do and so much to say. But the best advice is to enjoy life. Life is what you make of it. We make plans, and those plans fall apart. We decide on a major, and then we change our minds. Failure is defined as a lack of success. But there's no failing when you're finding yourself. It is a process, and that is what life is about. Life is a process, and it's ever-changing. Change is the only constant that we have, and makes life truly beautiful. So don't worry if you don't have it all figured out. Or maybe you do have it all figured out, and then you change your mind. It's okay if you, like me, have a journey, and it changes. Just like you, I was very eager to graduate back in '07. I couldn't wait to take on the world and get out of Western Mass. How many of you are ready to explore and get out of Western Mass? Raise your hand. And I had a plan. I was ready. I was gonna graduate with honors. I was gonna get my 4-year degree in pre-law. I was gonna join the United States Air Force as a law attorney, a JAG officer. And maybe after some 20 years or so, I was going to have the tools at my disposal to run for office. That was the plan, but that plan changed. I didn't leave Western Mass. I decided to stay here in Western Mass, and I got my associates from STCC, Springfield Technical Community College. In '09, I drove in my 1998 Nissan Altima, and I drove out to California, where I lived and I worked full-time as a 19-year-old, and I tried to complete my studies. It was a financial struggle. It was really, really, really difficult. I found myself trying to make ends meet, but I felt like I was drowning. I then decided that I had to change my plan, and that broke my heart. I felt like a failure. I didn't accomplish my plan, not the way that I had set it out to be. I then enlisted in the United States Air Force, and believe it or not, I was disappointed in myself. The plan was to join the United States Air Force as an officer, as a law officer, and this was not that. I enlisted at the age of 20 as a C-5 loadmaster. I served proudly for 10 years at Westover Air Force Base. I was able to travel the world. I made new friends, learned about many cultures. I truly grew as a person. I continued my plan, a little deviated from the original one, but I stuck to it. I went back to school and obtained my pre-law bachelor's degree from Elms College in Chicopee. I then got an internship for the office of Congressman Richie Neal, who offered me a full-time position as his Veterans Liaison at the end of my internship. I did that for 3 years, and I felt really good about the work that I was doing. I was helping a lot of folks. But I had a plan. So I decided to resign from his office and get back to school to obtain my law degree. But my plan was different. I was a mom, I'm a homeowner, I had bills to pay. And I was still in the military. So I separated from the military to dedicate myself to my studies, and then COVID happened. So once again, we plan, but we cannot plan for the unexpected. I ended up getting involved locally in the political level because I was really disappointed with how my elected officials were handling COVID and the education system at the time. I thought it was a disservice on how they were not honoring and respecting and taking seriously the education of our children. My daughter at the time was in kindergarten. I pulled papers and decided that I wasn't going to be one to complain, but I was going to do something about these problems in our community. I pulled papers and ran against folks in office who were in office for 20+ years, and I nearly succeeded with only 2 months of campaigning. Just like you, I didn't know much about campaigning. I just went door to door and I told people who I was and why I wanted to change stuff, because stuff was not working. I missed my seat by 1%, so I didn't win. It told me that what I had originally wanted to do, which by the way, I decided when I was in the 4th grade that I wanted to be a politician, that was my right calling. I connected with my community, and I nearly succeeded with only 2 months, so I knew I was in the right track. Not how I originally envisioned it, but I was on track. A couple months later, I'm teaching at Chicopee High School, and my phone rings. Former state representative leader Joe Wagner decided not to seek re-election. He was in office for over 30 years. And everyone said, what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna let the same folks you ran in the city run for this seat? And I didn't believe they could do a good job, a decent job for our community, for you guys. So I ran for office, and I became the first woman ever elected. So I put law school on hold, and I took my winning of my campaign seriously to learn my job so I can better serve you and all of you in the Commonwealth. But the point of my story is that we get deviated sometimes. We plan and life happens, hurdles, obstacles. We take a left, we take a right. But if you stay true to your true north, your calling, you can never go wrong. I hope you take the story as nothing but a mere example that life happens, and you can still accomplish what you want to do. Don't let anyone or any situation deter you from achieving your goals. Life is truly beautiful, and like Eleanor Roosevelt said, life is what you make it. Dream big, aim high, and congratulations, class of 2025.
Before we start handing out the scholarships, I would like for everybody here to know that most of the money that was raised to fund these scholarships was raised almost single-handedly by Mrs. Gagney. So I really want to thank her as the principal of the high school. Please join me in round of applause, and I have her son here with me, who's next year's vice president of the senior class, to present her with some flowers.
So in case you didn't hear, hello, my name is Chris Gagney. I'm the HCS High School PTO president, and it is my pleasure to be here with you all tonight. I want to thank you all for participating in the fundraisers throughout this year, which makes what I am about to do possible. The HCSS PTO has many functions, but the most important duty of the PTO is to help fulfill the HCSS mission of preparing students for college. The best way we do this is by providing funds to help our graduates pay for their future. The PTO Core Value Scholarship is awarded to 2 graduating seniors from HCSS that exemplify school culture in the areas of resilience, responsibility, respect, and excellence. This year's awards are presented to 2 young adults that excel in all of these categories. Our first recipient is attending Boston University, majoring in electrical engineering, and has plans to minor in computer science or business. They have participated in athletics, several clubs, student council, and was a member of the National Honor Society. Their future ambitions also include traveling the world to enrich themselves and international perspectives and cultures. The first recipient of the PTO $500 Core Value Scholarship is Evans Kayola. Our next recipient participated in multiple sports throughout their HCSS year as a player, a captain, and a true leader. In their scholarship application, they stated, "I hope to become a teacher and leave an impact on children's lives like my teachers have had on me." This recipient will be attending the University of Hartford and majoring in elementary education. This recipient of the PTO $500 Core Value Scholarship is Rebecca Clarkson. Congratulations, Evans and Rebecca. The HCSS PTO Science Scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior from HCSS that will be pursuing a career in science or engineering technologies. This year's recipient plans to study nursing at Elms College, then wants to attend medical school with the goal to become a pediatric doctor. This recipient said they've always admired the dedication and compassion of people in healthcare, and they want to be someone who makes that same kind of difference in others' lives. They've also stated that they are excited to take everything they have learned at HCSS and use it to build a future that helps others to heal and feel seen. This year's recipient of the $1,000 HCSS PTO Science Scholarship is Abel Frimpong. I do get emotional. I love my job. Thank you. Congratulations, Abel, and thank you, everyone.
For those that don't know me, my name's Patrick Graham, the athletic director for Hampden Charter High School. And before I read off the winners, I want all the seniors who have participated in sports at HCSS to please stand. I want to thank you all for your hard work, your dedication, effort to help make HCS sports what they are. This year, HCSS High is awarding 3 graduating seniors $750 athletic scholarships. These students have exemplified what it means to be a scholar athlete, being able to maintain high academic standards, budget their time, show exceptional character and leadership, as well as contribute to their team's success. This year in particular was very competitive, so many great senior athletes applying for the athletic scholarships. Our first recipient is a student who participated in all 3 seasons during their senior year and has shown that even challenging themselves to take on a completely different sport than what they had ever played before can be a great impact on the team. Please give a round of applause for our first recipient, Nelson Torres. Our second recipient is a student who has experienced the ups and downs of a new sport at a school, but has shown that if you keep at it, you'll succeed. This student has demonstrated perseverance and resilience throughout their athletic career. Please give a round of applause to our second recipient, Adrian Zielinski. Okay, Our last recipient, our third recipient, is a student who has shown that with hard work and determination, anything is possible. This student has proven on multiple occasions that consistent effort and willingness to learn from mistakes is how you can move up in positions throughout the years. Please give a round of applause to our third recipient, Jasmine Ortega. All right. Congratulations to all our students, scholarship recipients, and all in our class of 2025.
Hi, I'm Ms. Thingumthile, best known as Ms. Then, and I'm here to announce the award recipients for our first ever Student Council Scholarship. That's right, Stuco kiddos. All of your efforts in making homecoming or HOCO happen, the concession stands at the basketball games, the whiteout events, the spirit weeks, all the events that help bring positivity to the HCSS community from the past years have all contributed to establishing this scholarship. This is a huge achievement, especially since we have 17 Stuco members in this year's graduating class. This is the largest group in our school's history. And with your efforts, we were able to establish not just one, but 2 scholarships worth $750 each to your graduating class. Our first recipient is someone that has acknowledged that volunteering has solidified one's understanding of the community while also trying to make it a better place for people to live in. This student is someone who prefers not to be in the limelight, but has demonstrated on multiple occasions ways to challenge oneself while also demonstrating resilience in and out of the classroom. This is especially true when working the runway during our annual Multicultural Night fashion show. I hope the student doesn't mind being in the spotlight now. Please give a hand to our first Student Council Award recipient, Shayla Otero. Our second recipient is a student that recognizes that Student Council isn't about popularity. It's about practicing collaboration and leadership skills among different groups of people to help unify the school community. This student has never backed away from a challenge in stepping up to lend a helping hand and serve as a model student at various events that were held after school or on the weekends. This student is no stranger to the HCSS community-oriented events because this kid has done so much that it'll take all evening for me to list them all. Please give a hand to our second Student Council Scholarship recipient, Adam Welch.
Thank you to Ms. Gagney, Ms. Graham, and Ms. Then, and congratulations to all of the scholarship recipients. Next, I would like to call to the stage our Board Vice Chair, Mr. Russell, to present the HCSS Pinnacle Awards.
Since 2023, HCSS has awarded students in every single grade level from grade 7 through grade 12 an award of achievement in one of 3 areas. First is that they have achieved the perfect score of 5 on at least 4 AP tests taken in the previous year. The second criteria is that they achieved the perfect score on the MCAS test they took in the previous year. And the final possibility to earn this award is that they had the highest growth on the MCAS scores from the previous years as defined by the state. These students each received a voucher for $500 that they needed to keep safe and redeem them at graduation. Tonight's recipients of the money from turning in the vouchers redeemed them at the rehearsal this morning. Please join me in applauding this year's Pinnacle Award honorees. First, we have Ali Isam. Next, we have Evans Kalola. Then we have Lila Cabrera. Zura Muse. Alexander Frederick. Katie Weatherby Pike. Morgan Allen. Daniel Cho. And last, we have Juan Poya Perez.
At this time, it is my great honor and pleasure to invite salutatorian and my personal friend and track teammate, Adam Welch, to share some thoughts. He's going to share some thoughts and introduce our valedictorian, Ali Hassan.
Yeah. Thank you, David. To the school administrators, teachers, and staff of Hampden Charter School of Science, parents, guardians, guests, and fellow graduates, good evening. For those who are unfamiliar with me, my name is Adam Welch, and it is my greatest honor as a salutatorian of the graduating class of 2025 to welcome you all to one of the most important events in our lives, an event that we as a class have long been waiting for. Tonight is and shall be remembered as a celebration of our accomplishments and successes, the products of our long commitment to unwavering hard work, resilience, and dedication, a true testament that success is truly attainable by those who strive, dream, aspire to learn, grow, work hard, and persevere. It can be without saying that the journey to this day was not one that came easy. Juggling time and responsibilities with academic demands, extracurricular activities, and home life often felt exhausting and overwhelming. However, it is needless to say that by all of us being present here tonight, that it was all worth it in the end. High school has taught us many of life's most valuable lessons, making us more responsible, productive, and connected as individuals. Though at times we have been confronted with many challenges and failures, those challenges and failures are sometimes what made us the best versions of ourselves. The entire experience taught us the true essence of academic excellence, grit, leadership, sportsmanship, time management, and above all, respect for our individual differences in color, cultural, and preferences. As we gather here, there is just one word in particular that remains in my mind. One. Yes, one. At first glance, one may come off as a lonely number, isolated and alone. Though, when we take a closer look, we realize that in this journey, one is never truly alone. Behind every student that will cross the stage tonight is a community, a family, a school, a mission, which together unites us all. One becomes a symbol of strength, unity, and purpose. Reflecting on these past 4 years that we as a class have spent together, I am deeply struck by the truth that I believe defines who we are. We are many and hail from different cultural backgrounds, yet in the end, we are truly one. On this momentous milestone, on behalf of the class of 2025, I would like to take a brief moment to acknowledge all the people who were and have been with each and every one of us and our dreams and who walked with us in this journey every step of the way. To our dear parents and guardians who serve as our rocks, our anchors, our moral compasses, and our constant cheerleaders. Thank you for your unconditional love and support and for being there in all our highs and our lows. Thank you so much for believing in us and investing in our future through quality education, a gift that truly will benefit us for a lifetime. To Hampden Charter School of Science administrators, teachers, counselors, and support staff, thank you for all your extraordinary contribution to our personal growths, both academically and socially. Thank you for pushing us to our limits in order for us to be able to exceed our potentials. To say the very least, we, the class of 2025, leaves HCSS with nothing but a smile on our face and with full confidence, carrying the good memories we had with you and all the wisdom, skills, and good values that you've instilled in every one of us. Rest assured that we will return and serve our alma mater as active alumni. And to my fellow graduates, as we step forward towards the next chapter in our lives, pursue our dreams, and shape our future, I would like to please share with you my 3 guiding principles. First, live to learn. Let us continue to be seekers for knowledge and grab every opportunity to learn new things anywhere we go. Learning is and will always be a never-ending process, and it is through this continuous learning that we grow, evolve, and become wiser, empathetic, and open. Pursue to be an expert in our own chosen field so that we have something bigger and meaningful to contribute to this world. Don't be afraid to fail. Learn from our own failures and rise above them. Second, live to love. Let us choose purpose over pressure, passion over perfection, and connection over comparison. Chase success with love. Love for what we do, love for the people we serve, and love for the differences we make in the lives of others. Embrace fully our individuality and be proud of who we are. Connect and collaborate for a greater purpose. And lastly, live to laugh. Let us embrace joy and laughter in our journey. Don't be too hard on ourselves. Laughter is what helps us stay grounded when we stumble, hopeful when we struggle, and connected when the road feels lonely. Find room once in a while to take a break, relax, and enjoy. As I conclude this speech, I would like to introduce to each and every one of you a particular student within the senior class who stands out as not just a student decorated with academic excellence, but someone who is highly regarded within our school community that has gone above and beyond in terms of character, leadership, and service, and someone that I'm really glad to call one of my closest friends. Being a student from the former West Campus, due to the recent merge of our 2 schools, I unfortunately only had the pleasure of spending 1 school year with him and the rest of the West class. However, I firmly believe that he will not be a friend just for a while, but rather for a lifetime. This student will be shipping off to the Ivy League's world-renowned Harvard University in the fall as a biology major on a pre-med track in hopes of eventually becoming a doctor in the future. During this year's wave of college admissions, he was admitted to not just 1, but 2 Ivy League universities, including Yale University, and other notable acceptances to top-ranked prestigious institutions such as Johns Hopkins and Tufts. Over the entirety of his high school career, he has maintained well over a 4.0 GPA, maintaining a high honor roll status with all A's, and finishing with a final cumulative GPA of 4.58, solidifying his position of having the highest grade point average among this year's graduating class. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for all your attention, and here may I proudly present to you our next speaker for tonight, and Hampden Charter School of Science High School, Class of 2025's valedictorian, Ali Isang.
Thank you to Adam for the very gracious introduction. Adam Welch, everybody, is one of the brightest and most athletic people I know. At this point in graduation, he himself holds 6 school records combined in his indoor and outdoor track seasons. Like he said, even though we've only gotten to know each other over the course of this past academic year, I believe our friendship is one that'll truly last a lifetime. Adam's always ready to help a friend out when they need it, whether that be in or outside of the classroom. I know he's going to go very far in his chosen career and his academic journey, which is taking him to Elms College this fall. Even though we were pitted against one another throughout the year to see whose GPA would be higher, we never let that affect our friendship. Honestly, it was enriched by the competition because we both pushed one another to be the best versions of ourselves. So to you, Adam, good luck at Elms. They're lucky to have someone as remarkable as you. I now have the privilege of standing here and addressing you today. So hello, class of 2025 graduates, families, friend, and school faculty and staff. This is a day I honestly never thought would come. I remember seeing so many speeches like this one on Disney Channel shows while I was growing up, and I'd always think to myself, that's so far away, I've got time. Well, here it is, and it honestly feels surreal. I wouldn't be standing here today if it weren't for the people who believed in me and pushed me to keep going even when times were hard. So I'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to my family and friends who stuck by my side and helped me realize my dreams. You all mean the world to me. To my mom and my sisters, who always encouraged me to follow my passion no matter how big I dreamed. To my brothers, whose enthusiasm was encouragement enough to keep going despite the schoolwork I had to do. To my nephews, who always reminded me of the purest form of joy and curiosity. To the amazing faculty and staff, who were always there to help answer my questions and help me develop my skills. And last but certainly not least, to my school friends who supported me in class and who sometimes gave me a ride during study hall. Thank you. I'll always remember the bus rides with Olivia, the screaming mortal hydration with Rory, calculus and statistics with my friend Darius, playing video games with Adrian Z, Victor, Lucas, Alex, and everyone else who was on the Minecraft world. All of you made high school worthwhile, and I honestly couldn't have hoped for a better group of friends to do it with. When I got the call letting me know I was the valedictorian the other day, I was told to write a little reflection of my time at HCSS, and that sent me thinking. I've been fortunate enough to attend this school since my first day of middle school and grow up alongside some of the most remarkable people I've ever met. Throughout our time here, we've really seen each other grow up and into the people we are today. And I want to acknowledge all of you who have been here for so many years. Attending Hampden Charter takes a lot. Our academics are intense compared to other schools in the area, so I just want to take a moment to congratulate all of you for sticking with it and making it all the way. And to those of you who transferred into the school, maybe more recently, such as at the start of high school, you're just as pivotal to the school community because it takes a lot of courage to take that kind of a leap of faith at a new school. So how about a round of applause for the graduating class of 2025? All of you graduating today are some of the most dedicated and driven people I've had the pleasure to attend the same school as. You're assertive leaders who know what you want, you know what's right for you, and you make it happen. As we grow up and go down our separate paths, I implore you, keep that same driven nature. Take the passion you've shown here and apply it wherever you go, and I'm sure you'll succeed. Because you're people who take life by the reins and who get what you want out of it. Even though this may be the last time the whole class of 2025 is gathered in one place, I think the effects we've had on one another will last a lifetime. Being a relatively small graduating class yielded us the unique opportunity to truly make an impact on one another. And as you leave here today with your diplomas in hand, I encourage you to think about how you've been made different by your time at Hampden Charter. One last thing I feel is important to note is that we are the first graduating class of Hampden Charter School of Science High School. Sure, we've come from different campuses, east and west, but we're leaving this building as one graduating class. And this year's definitely had its ups and downs, but overall, I think we set the bar pretty darn high for the class of 26. It's not going to be easy for them to carry on our legacy, but I believe in them because I believe in this school, as I've been able to see firsthand the amazing people it nurtures. Students who grow not just in knowledge, but in character, compassion, and purpose. I'm genuinely lucky to have had the chance to come to this school and meet all of you. Nowhere else would have provided an experience as unique as this one, with the most diverse group of people in terms of both personality and talent. Thank you, class of 2025, for the memories, the laughter, and everything in between. You've made this journey unforgettable. I'll carry these memories with me, and I hope you go out and create moments just as meaningful wherever life takes you.
Please welcome Miss Hunter to the podium.
Hampden Charter 2025! I have the wonderful, wonderful pleasure to give you the charge. But in order to give you the charge, I need you all to stand. Okay, now I'm here to give you the charge. You're ready to run, right? Okay, you're the one, right? Come on, let's move now. Let's move. You gotta move with me. You're ready to run. Come on, let's move a little bit. Let's move a little. You've done it. You're graduated high school. You've gone through all the other things you need to do. You ready? Who's ready? I'm looking who's ready. Who's ready? Who's ready? You're the one. You're the one. Say, I'm the one. But let me see you move and say, I'm the one. You ready for the charge? Go forth. Be kind. Be generous. Go forth. Be kind. Come on. Be generous. Let me see you moving. Be kind. Be generous. You can do it. You're the one. Say, I'm the one. That's the charge. That's the charge.
All right, let's get this party started. I'd like to start off by welcoming Nayeli Alejandro to the stage to lead this profession. As these students move the tassel on your caps from the right side to the left, the students are marking your official transition from high school students to graduates.
This simple gesture represents years of hard work, growth, and achievement, and celebrates the beginning of a new chapter in each graduate's life. Go ahead, Mia.
Soraya and Ali are the president and vice president, respectively, of the senior class, and they are going to take you out.
Okay. Hey, guys. Hey! My name's Soraya. If you don't know, I'm the senior class president of this year. Yeah. I want to thank you to everybody, all the relationships that I made during high school, everybody who helped me get through this, all the nights that I was crying to you guys on FaceTime about how I wanted to quit and give up, all the times, all the times that, you know, I was just really depressed and everybody helped me. Like, I would not have been here without you guys. I would not have accomplished my dreams without you guys. So I love you guys. I love you. And to my senior class, Thank you. Thank you for electing me as your president. Thank you for every time you guys smiled at my events. It made me so happy. Thank you for making this year possible for me. And just thank you to everybody. I'm so proud of us. And I love you guys.
All right, guys. I've pretty much said everything I had to say. Good luck to all of you wherever you end up. And on 3, we're gonna all toss our caps.
Okay, so
All right.
together. So 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Go.
1, 2,